What is up, boils and ghouls? I'm Jeff.
I'm Bethany.
This is the Horror Feed. My God, it has been a while since we've actually done like a video like this, and we're back. We're here. Hi, how you doing? Um, Today, boils and ghouls, we are going to do a very special spoiler review. Keep that first part right there. Spoiler review. It's been out for what, a week now, Beth?
Yeah,
Halloween Kills.
roundabout. Yeah.
So we are going to be doing a spoiler review of Halloween Kills because it's been a week. Hopefully, you all have fucking watched it by now. If not, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's my main question. Like, what the fuck is wrong with them? Why wouldn't they watch it? Like, what the fuck?
You're right. And but if you haven't, we are going to do a lot of spoilers.
Yes. So if you don't want to watch the movie for some god awful fucking reason, you need to get checked out. You could just watch this video, which I'm okay with technically, but go watch the fucking movie if you haven't watched it yet. Okay, goddamn, it's on Peacock. It's free. Just do the few dollars a month. It's not a big deal. Or go do what I did and go watch it, in the theater and on Peacock. I've watched it 6 times. 6 times. Okay, if I can do that, you could do that. God, I'm already out of wind. Look at that shit. You can tell it's been a while.
You're like, oh, I'm already tired. We're good.
That's it. Wrap. Cut. This is the end of the video. Later.
Bye.
No. Just playing. Okay, guys. So, yeah, let's just fucking jump into it.
Yep.
Halloween Kills. Holy fucking shitballs. Like, that's really all I can say about it is just holy fucking shit. Me and Beth, we've already watched the movie, and
I didn't watch it 6 times, so he's gonna do all the fillers.
Yeah. But let's just go ahead and just talk about it. Beth, I want you to start off. Just what do you feel about the movie? Like, tell us some of your favorite parts of it. Yeah, let's start there. Go.
Okay, so I liked the little Easter eggs they had throughout it, but my favorite was the Halloween masks with the trick-or-treaters.
Halloween 3, Beth.
So I really like that. You got a good look at them. They look really cool. And I wish I got them for Halloween this year, but love it. It looks really good. And my favorite scene, just because I think they did really well on it, was the mental patient jumping out the window.
Oh man, you starting it in the feels already. Jesus, that scene was phenomenal. That man only had 2 lines in the entire movie. 2 lines, and he's been in 2 of the movies, and he's only had 2 lines. And that acting is simply phenomenal. You could feel how terrified he was. You could feel the emotion, and like Jesus, that was intense. Like that's a great pick. Honestly, that was extremely intense.
I mean, it was really good. I loved how they did that. I loved how they showed, human nature at its finest, as always. And then just after it happened, and then they show the mess on the ground, and you're just like, wow, that's really good gore. Like, they just did a really good job on it.
That was graphic. His arm all and like legs all and it's like Jesus fuck. That was in a good way. But no, I definitely agree. I do. I think that's a phenomenal scene. That's phenomenal acting. That gentleman actually passed away earlier this year, so he left us with something pretty badass, even though it was, just a small portion of the movie. That was still something that's going to be memorable just by that acting and just how raw it was. And yeah, it just shows human nature at its finest, right? Like mob mentality.
Yep.
Let me get it ready. Evil dies tonight. God, that's one of the. I'm going to start with a negative. Okay, there's not a lot of negatives about this movie. Trust me, you guys will know by the end of this video why I fucking say that. But God fucking forbid, I hated the repetitiveness and the randomness at the same time of the evil dies tonight. Like Tommy says his thing, he says evil dies tonight, and the next thing you know, this chick over here says evil dies tonight, and then you got fucking Brackett, which I'm happy to see him back. He's like, this motherfucker killed my daughter 40 years ago. Evil dies tonight. Like, goddamn, really? Really? Like, seriously, within like that short amount of time, you're gonna say that shit 3 fucking times? Like, that's my main gripe with the movie. It's just like I shared a meme on Facebook that I'll actually have the editor put on here. It's the whole evil dies tonight, and then it's Michael Myers on Michael Jordan's body, and he's like, and I took that personal. I was like, he really did. My favorite scene, aside from that, I'll give you that one. And it might be my favorite kill too. Like, I'm not sure. I'll decide later on in this video. But that no, fuck that. Nope. My favorite scene. I know what it is. I almost forgot. Oh, I was gonna hit myself in the fucking dick. My favorite scene of the whole fucking movie is the flashback scenes. That was fucking phenomenal. Like Mike and Jay over at We Watched the Movie. They're my boys. Shout out to them. I agree with what they said, because they said that it felt like you were literally in a movie theater in 78 watching fucking Halloween, because of just how gritty it looked. It looked like an old flashback. It was phenomenal. It was beautiful. The guy who played Michael Myers, it wasn't James Jude Courtney, and it wasn't Nick Castle during that. It was, I can't remember his name, but I think he was like James Jude Courtney's stunt double. And he's the one that did Michael during those flashback scenes. And he moved fucking perfect. He looked like he moved like it, everything. And then Tom Jones Jr. was Loomis. And there was no CGI. It was literally prosthetics and makeup. It was fucking phenomenal. Like, I actually thought it was like, I was like, Donald Pleasance is alive? Like, obviously it didn't sound too like him that great, but holy fuck, did he look like him.
It did look like him. I thought they did some fancy camera work.
It was the lighting. Between the lighting, the prosthetics, the makeup, just everything, that was fucking perfect. That was dead on. So as far as my favorite scene, yeah, it definitely has to be the flashback scenes. Like, I fucking love that. And even though fucking what's his nuts, the sheriff, not sheriff, but the cop's name's Hoffman, right? I think so. Hoffman.
I believe so.
Yeah, if I'm wrong, guys, correct me. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure.
The one that lands up in the hospital?
Yeah, the one that survived the fucking being ran over by a car. Like, I love it. Fuck Zartane. Zartane couldn't kill my boy. Like, y'all know, the last movie, I was pissed off about that. I did not like the fact that they killed him off. I was like, what the fuck? And then they bring him back. I was like, yes! But seeing young him, and he shoots the fucking cop while Michael's choking him, this motherfucker got some horrible fucking aim. Like, goddamn, I said, goddamn, that is some horrible fucking aim. Like, oh, man. Thank God.
No, but saying how you were saying how they did like the flashbacks and stuff, one thing I really liked that I thought was really cool is that you felt the continuation with it. So like when they were in the bar and then they showed the news clip of everything and they showed PJ Souls in there and you could feel the continuation of it. So it felt like very fluid.
I did like that. I also liked how they when they were showing the mental patients that were still on the loose, they show the guy that wind up committing suicide, and then when they flash over to Michael Myers, it blurs out. I was like, damn right. This ain't no fucking Rob Zombie movie. You don't see his face all the way. But let's talk let's go favorite Michael kill. Let's do that. Favorite Michael kill death.
You know what? Honestly, the whole scene with the firemen.
Yep.
That was fun. That was fun. Especially when the one of the firemen had what was it, like a sawzall or something?
Right.
And they were like just ready. They were like looking at him all scared, and they were just ready. Like that whole scene right there. I enjoyed that.
That is actually that I was gonna, when I was talking about favorite scenes, I was almost gonna mention that until I remember the flashback scenes. But yeah, the firefighter scene was fucking epic. It was badass. And like, before I get into it, can we take a moment to appreciate how fucking smart Michael Myers is? The motherfucker hid in the gun shed. He hid in the goddamn gun shed. You were all like, how is he going to survive the fire? That's how he fucking survived. I wouldn't have even thought of that. I was like, this motherfucker's smart. Like, look at that son of a bitch. Like, I watched the shit 6 times, like I said, and I'm still amazed that of all the ways to survive that, he could have like hid under a bed or something, you know, or something, but he fucking hid inside of that shed. And I was like, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. And guess what? Another thing, okay? The whole who's better as far as the slasher goes between Michael and that fucking mama's boy Jason, it's done. It's done. It's over. There is no more. It's done. There's a new king. There's a new king. The last time I watched this movie, I counted 30. 30 fucking kills. 30. Not counting the guy who committed suicide. 30 fucking kills. You know what? That means he is above 155, which is where Jason is at. There's a new king. Suck it, Jason, fanboys! That was my epic pose right there. I had a...
That was epic pose.
That was like the victory pose. Like, I love Jason too. Don't get me wrong. He's like top 4, but yeah.
Yes, but there you go. You got it. No, don't. You just did the pose. You can't go back on it now.
Yeah. Michael's still the best. So anyway, back to my favorite kill. The firefighter scene, which people were stupidly trying to fucking boycott, and that scene.
Really?
Yeah, people were trying to boycott the killing of firefighters. Like, are you fucking shitting me? It's a goddamn horror movie. And, like, the people that were firefighters in the movie were actual firefighters, too. That's the fucking funny part. Like, they hired actual firefighters for that scene, for that movie. And then, like, some people were trying to bitch about the water scene or making jokes about how the guys are, like, shooting the water at Michael. It's like, you do realize how much fucking water pressure comes out of those goddamn things, right? Those things put out fires. Like, and Michael's, like, smoldering. He is the fire. So, of course, they're going to try putting him out. You know, I mean, it makes sense. That shit should have blown any normal person fucking through that house.
Right across the room.
But other scenes that I love, so my favorite kill is probably maybe that end. If it's not the firefighter kills, it's going to be when everybody's fucking him up, and then he's like, "Oh no, fuck you guys!" And he gets up and he slashes ass everywhere. Like, I fucking love that. You just see him. It's like, okay, you guys have had your fun. Now you're all dead.
And just so that's it for Tommy Doyle now.
Yep. Tommy Doyle is dead. If it was Paul Rudd, he'd probably still fucking be alive. But no, they had to bring in the motherfucker from Edward Scissorhands and The Breakfast Club and 16 Candles. Like, I love Anthony Michael Hall. I really do. But, like, his Tommy Doyle, while it was good, it was passable. I will always say that Paul Rudd in Halloween 6 was badass because he was, like, really twitchy and nervous, but he knew Michael was coming back, and just how he did his shit, he beat the fuck out of him, you know. And he actually beat the fuck out of Myers and walked out of that movie. He didn't get killed, you know. Shout out to Paul Rudd. But that whole scene, I love that. Cameron's death, that made me laugh my ass off because. So I will say this, and I think you'll agree with me. Cameron kind of redeemed himself in this movie. He was a fucking prick in the first one, cheating on Allison, throwing her fucking phone in the nacho cheese like a fucking phone fondue and shit like that. Like, that wasn't cool. But in this one, first he says fucking
Hawkins.
If I'm saying his name right, I'm hoping, because when I hear
Hawkins,
I automatically think Saul, so I'm hoping I'm getting his name right. But he saves the cop that everybody likes, and I was like, motherfucker, look at that. Okay, I kind of like you now. And then, like, he's going with his dad, who's Lonnie, obviously you guys knew that from 2018, and goes to get Allison, and like they're all like, they're balls to the wall about to go, they want to fuck up Michael, and I'm like, I love this. Like, okay. And like, he redeemed himself, but God, if that kill wasn't fucking phenomenal. That Michael Myers pulled a Freddy up, down, left, right, boing, 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 boing. Like, it was fucking hilarious. Like, he used his head like a motherfucking Joy-Con. And then, like, right when she's screaming at him and shit, he's like, fuck them kids, and snaps his fucking neck. I was like, yeah! Like, that was great. Oh my God. My nipples just got hard. I haven't said that in forever.
You're like, there you are.
I knew you guys were still there somewhere. Oh,
okay,
man.
So the couple living in Michael Myers' house.
Big John and Little John?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I enjoyed those characters a lot. I enjoyed the
Hell yeah.
little prank scene a lot. I loved how that brought a lot of comedy into it. But one thing that really got me is how they try to make it like whenever they got killed and everything, and then they set them up, right? You set
Michael's
them up,
artistic. We talked about this.
and then you have the music playing, and it was just all very, super artistic. And you don't really see much of that in slasher movies.
I was gonna say, don't say Halloween movies. You don't see it in slashers. You're right, and that's what I love. And like, there's two different times during this movie where Michael gets festive, and I fucking love it. So that scene, which by the way, I love Little John and Big John. I absolutely do. For such a small role, they kicked ass. I love how he scared the fuck out of those kids. Stabbed his sister in the tits. I love that. Like, I think everybody will agree that Little John and Big John are gonna go down in infamy now as far as like some of the best characters for such a short period of time in a slasher. Um, but so that scene right there, and if you notice, like it's the picture that they took that they have framed,
Yeah,
and
yeah, and he
he
like
does them the
cut him
same
out like
way.
the picture. Yeah.
Yeah, but instead of it being because it's reversed though. So in the picture, it's I think I think it's Big John sitting up with Little John laying on him, and then it's reversed because I think this time it was Little John sitting up and Big John laying on him. So he like reversed it a little bit, and I was like, "This artistic motherfucker." But then earlier in the movie, when he goes to the graveyard caretaker, that's who that little black girl was. I don't know if you remember or not, but that's the graveyard caretaker from Halloween 2018 that was walking around with the two reporters.
Oh, okay, okay.
That was her and her husband. And like after he kills them, and then he puts the husband on the table, and then he just goes gets random knives, stick, grabs another knife, stick, grabs another knife, stick. It's like, oh my god, I want to see that fucking design. He probably did like a little jack o' lantern. He did like a man o' lantern on him. It would have been fucking great.
And she just has to sit there and watch like the whole thing. Yeah, there
Well,
was a
I mean,
lot of
she fucked up
there was
though.
a
She
lot of funny
died.
moments.
Yeah.
Oh, the nurse, right? She has the gun and she's ready, and then she's
Oh,
like, I
Marion
don't want to
Chambers.
die, and then it totally ditches. No,
Oh
the
no,
one dressed up like a nurse, the
that's the
doctor
doctor.
dressed up like a nurse. And
Okay.
then, she's ready to go, and they're like ready to fight. We're coming with you. And then Michael Myers comes, and she's like, I don't want to die. And she totally bails on her husband.
Right. And then, okay, again, speaking to how smart Michael Myers is, and I got to say this because I love that scene. The fact that she's shooting at Michael almost 6 times, and she comes up to the car, and Michael just says, fuck this bitch, and literally kicks the car door,
The
spinning
door.
the gun, and boom! I was like, Michael fucking Myers! Like, I'm pretty sure I squeed when that happened. I was like, no fucking way! Like, I was that happy. I was
That one
like,
was funny. That one
that's
was
amazing.
funny.
Like I fucking love it. I really do. And then like it was another thing that let's talk about this real quick. The returns, the actual returns. So we have Kyle coming back as Lindsay Wallace, and then we have I can never remember the name of her to save my damn life, but we have Marion Chambers back. You know, she
Hmm.
might have been she's in a total of 4 Halloween movies now. That's goddamn impressive. Because she was in the original, she was in two, she was in fucking H2O, and now
Yeah, she
she's in
was
this
in
one.
H2O. Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's she's the only person in history in I'm pretty sure in history of the Halloween franchise to die 2 times because she dies in H2O and then she dies
Yep,
in
that's
this one.
right.
So different timelines, obviously, if you guys didn't know that. Whether or not H2O is part of the Jamie timeline or not is yet to be determined. But
Oh, let's not start that argument again.
I stick with what I said. She
Not
faked her
having that
death and then
argument
she
again.
became Terry Tate. But
Fucking ditching
uh,
her kid like that. No, I refuse to believe it. No,
it's
we're not
okay. She had
starting this
another one.
argument again. We're not starting this argument again.
It's
No,
okay.
no.
I wouldn't want to be wrong either. God damn you, Michael. Um, um, but yeah, so the returning characters is awesome. It really is. Like, it was cool to see Kyle back after all these years. She looks incredible, by the way. Like she was a standout in my opinion of the movie. Like, I think the fact that she was able to survive him again was fucking impressive. You know what I mean? How do you feel?
Mhm. Well, like I said before, I like how they added a lot of the stuff from the past, and they had all that stuff in there because it was very fluid. So, whenever they do reboots, remakes, whatever you want to call it, continuations that are new, It's a really hard thing to do. So when they did 2018, it was really good. I really liked it. I thought it was fun. Jamie Lee Curtis, total badass, still a total badass in this one, you know. So I do like how they pulled everything off. I like how they, you know, kind of appeal to the original Halloween fans with all of these little things they added in there, bringing in past characters. So I think they just did a really good job. And it was fluid. You can see it as a continuation to the original Halloween. So I really liked how they did that.
I have to agree with you. I love the fact that they use footage from Halloween, you know, when they're talking about when Tommy's talking about all the deaths that happen. But then I like the fact that like some people are like, well, that's not canon anymore, technically. When they show when Annie gets killed in Halloween 2 at the beginning and Brackett sees her, you know, the whole you let him out, that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they show that little scene where she's on the stretcher, and that's technically from Halloween 2, but it's like it's the same outcome though. She's dead. They're just showing that she was dead. And I like how they did that. I like the tributes. I love the monologue or monologue dialogue, whatever the hell, when Laurie's talking with Hoffman and she talks about like you should know up until this point, my favorite movie in the franchise was Curse of Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm.
And in this movie, when she says, "This is the curse of Michael," and I was like, I saw what you did there. Finally, I get another curse reference because the last curse reference was from in 2018 when the sheriff says, "What are we going to do? Ban Halloween?" And I was like, I saw what you did there too. So that was
Or they
awesome.
added in when she's talking with him and everything. What are they? They bring up the old guy, the guy that she had a
Ben
crush on,
Tramer and all that.
Van Tramer. Yeah, so they bring that up, and I caught that one, and I thought that was really cool how it fit in well together.
I
So
agree.
because then they did that. What was another one that they have put that one? Which one was it that they kind of did a kickback to that as well? Do you
Um,
remember?
as far as Ben Tramer, I don't remember. Like, there have been times they've talked about it, like in Halloween 2, the kids mentioned how their buddy Ben Tramer got really drunk and he was out and about, and then that's who winds up getting killed in Halloween 2 because he's wearing like
Yeah, with the mask,
Michael
right?
Myers
Yeah.
mask. So like there's
Okay.
that. But that was cool. Like I love that. I love how they did that. And then another scene that pays tribute to 78, which I absolutely loved, was when they're all in the car and then what happens? Michael gets back on the roof like last time, like in the first one, and then he throws the Halloween 3 mask, the skeleton one, on the thing, and then like everybody starts freaking out, and then he does the same thing with his hand. Marion Chambers is in the same spot she was in Halloween 78. He does the same thing with his hand, and fucking boom, it breaks that fucking windshield on the side. I was like, man, that's great. Like I fucking love that too. Like just those little throwbacks is awesome. I absolutely love it. All the tributes to the other movies because David Gordon Green and fucking Danny McBride, they're fans of the franchise. I know some people try to give them shit, but they are fans of the franchise, hence why they are doing tributes to all the movies and like they're doing tributes to Mustafa Akkad and all that because like these guys paved the way, you know, Carpenter, Mustafa, they paved the way for these movies. So that's why you could tell in these movies in 2018 and in Kills and surely next year as well, you could tell that they're fans of the series. And they made Michael Myers. And this is another thing that I wanted to touch up. They made Michael Myers, in my opinion, the most savage that I've ever fucking seen him, and that even includes
That what
Halloween
I was just
6.
gonna say. And that's why
Because
you liked the curse was because
how
he was
sucking
brutal, and this
savage,
one is like beyond that.
no holds barred. Like in my opinion, Curse of Michael Myers has one of the greatest fucking kill scenes in slasher history with that hospital scene, and we've talked about it when we did the worst to best last year. And that's why Curse of Michael Myers ranks so highly in our top 11. It's going to be 12 now when we do the next one next year, but or 13. Ooh, lucky 13. But that's why that movie ranks so high for me is because of how fucking vicious he is. He is terrifying. There is points in this movie where I felt the same way I felt when I was a fucking kid watching that movie. Like I had that like holy fuck man, like this motherfucker is just goddamn. I would not want to fucking like I love Michael Myers. Okay, I would. I know I'm not going to say that, but I I literally would fucking bow down to this man and just seeing how fucking vicious he was, and then seeing how savage, and you could tell, even though he's wearing that mask, that burnt up fucking phenomenal mask, and you can still see he's pissed. Like, you could tell he has a fucking vendetta. He's like, these motherfuckers tried burning me. Like, oh fuck no. And like, I just love it. I love it. I definitely think, like, for me personally, this movie has taken over my personal favorite of the franchise, which that's saying something, because Curse has been at the forefront for me since I was a fucking kid. And that explains, if that doesn't explain how much I love this movie, I don't think nothing fucking will. Just everything, stop to finish, minus the few things, because no horror movie is perfect. If there's a perfect horror movie, it's going to be a toss up between 78 and possibly Scream, as far as slashers go. But there is no 100% perfect slasher film. But if we were to choose, for me, it would be one of those two. Maybe even Nightmare on Elm Street. But in my opinion, Part 3 was still better than the original. So,
they're equal to me.
Yeah,
they're equal. So I can't.
And so this,
but Scream,
Scream is fucking from start to finish.
Good. It's really good.
Yeah, Wes Craven revamped the fucking slasher genre with that movie, and pretty much brought life back into it. So I will always put, if there is a Mount Rushmore of horror movies, Scream is on that Mount Rushmore, hands down. But like, those are the only ones that I would consider damn near perfect. But this is really fucking close for me. Like, yeah, the Evil Dies Tonight, that was kind of stupid. Or at the very end, they're jumping Michael, and fucking Brackett does the whole, I guess everybody's entitled to one good scare. That was kind of overly corny. Like, I get that's his line from the first movie, and it's cool for nostalgia reasons, but unnecessary in that scene. It was kind of just like, I would have been like, this is from my fucking daughter, bitch, pop, or something, you know?
Yeah, it took the whole height of the scene down a little bit.
Yeah, just like by half a notch, maybe a full notch at max. But that was the only thing that I didn't like about that scene, was just that. I mean, the Iron Maiden, the chick that came with the iron, that was great. She's like, I'm gonna whoop your ass with the goddamn iron. Everybody's starting to call her the Iron Maiden now, and I love it. Like, yes. But yeah,
okay, so you were saying how he was more brutal and stuff, which definitely a lot more kills, a lot of stuff. But one thing that I really noticed with the way they did the scenes, and like I told you, just like with 2018, I love the lighting of the movie. I love how they did it. It makes it feel darker. It makes it feel gritty. Kind of puts you inside the movie a little bit. But Michael is darker in these movies than he was in any of the past ones. And I like that. He's genuinely creepy.
Exactly. And it's phenomenal. Like, that's what I was saying when I was watching this in theater. Like, there's times where I caught myself kind of like almost holding my breath. You know, like, I was just like, oh shit, I don't want him to find me. And like, I know it's a movie and I'm watching it, but like, I haven't felt like that, like I said, since I saw Curse when I was a kid. So, but I agree, like, he's just darker. You know, the best way to describe it kind of is like, and I'm going to go into your favorite franchise real quick. In Wes Craven's New Nightmare, there's Freddy Krueger, but then there's like that darker version of Freddy Krueger, you know, more evil version of Freddy Krueger that you can tell. And like, Wes Craven talks about that in the movie.
It's not even about like the camera or the lighting or the new masking outfit. It's the personality. Like, he carries himself as darker. Like, you see him and you're like, that is evil.
Exactly.
And that's what I liked.
I agree. And that's exactly how I felt. I was just like, this Michael, like, literally, if this was like 5-year-old me watching this movie, I probably would have been scared shitless, because like, that's how fucking awesome it was. And like, again, I'm not taking my hat off, but my hat is off to James Drew Courtney. He is my fucking Michael Myers. Like, as of right now, as of Halloween Kills, he is my Michael Myers. He is my favorite Michael. I love Nick Castle. Nick Castle will always hold a special place in all of our hearts. But James Drew Courtney has brought a level to Michael Myers that has not been seen. And he's absolutely fucking phenomenal. Hands down, my favorite Halloween movie. Hands down, my favorite Michael Myers. Like, and that's, it's still weird to say it, you know, it is. And like, everybody's like, well, what parts was like Nick Castle in the movie? I was like, he did all the breathing. Like, that's what version of Michael we got from Nick Castle. He did all the breathing. But James Drew Courtney, during all the regular scenes, unless it was like a stunt, it was all him. The flashback scenes was that other guy who was fucking amazing as well, knew how to move. He wasn't stiff. Like, I loved it. I loved it after fucking Robin like shot the other officer, and he's like, "Oh fuck this!" and like walks to the side real quick. He's like, "Fuck this, I'm out," and like just walks to the room. I was like, "God damn, that was quick and that was great." But yeah, that's how I feel. Any final thoughts, Bethany, before we give our ranking?
Yeah, actually, there was one thing I just thought of. So whenever they do take his mask off, right, and he's going to put it back on, you don't really like snap to how old Michael Myers is in this movie until you see all that white hair, and you're like, oh yeah, he is like really old now, you know. And that's like I said, it was very fluid. I like how they did that because you don't snap to that. You just always picture Michael Myers in his mask. He is brutal and he's beating, and then you go and you see all those white hairs and stuff like that, and it humanizes him a little bit, but that makes it even more creepy. And then you're like, oh yeah, he is pretty old according to
Right?
this timeline.
He is, because he's. I mean, even in the regular timeline, the age would still be the same because 18 was what 40 years later,
Yeah,
and H2O was 20 years after the first one. So age-wise, yeah, he's like in his 60s right now, and
but you
I,
don't like think
you
of
don't think
that,
it because you just see the mask. You see this thing over here. I would grab it, but I don't want the screen to get all wonky. I have it right here. But you see that mask, and you're just like, okay, yeah, he has nice brown hair. He's not that old. But then you realize, oh yeah, he's old. And that's another thing that I love. And like, my hats off to the directors and everybody that was filming it, because you never fully see his face, which is one of my biggest fucking things. Even when he has his mask off, there are shots where you'll see like part of his face, or there's shots where you'll see like just the upper part or just the lower part, but you never see his full face. And then that one shot where they're like walking, like when Karen's running from him, and
Mhm.
Michael walks, and then the whole shadow drop where it's just like his body and you can't see anything. Like, god damn, that was perfection. And like, I love that. I really do. And then I guess before doing the rankings, I just got to say, yes, Karen's dead. She's fucking dead. Okay? I hated her in the first movie. I love Judy Greer. I hated her in the fucking first movie. I liked her a lot more in this one. I will
Yeah, I
give her
liked her
credit.
more in this one. Yeah.
Definitely better. So what the director said last year about how you guys will like certain characters in this one, they probably hated in the last one. He was dead on right, because I actually liked Cameron, and Karen was a lot better. But at the same time, I am happy she's dead, because if one of the fucking Strodes didn't die, I was gonna be pissed. Like, one of them had to die, and I'm happy it was Karen. Fuck them Karens. Let that be a lesson, Karens. but
Just, but it should have happened when she was very annoying, though.
right, it would have been
Because
more
I did. I
satisfying.
actually dug her in this one. I was ready. I was ready to see the three of them, take them on again. Like, I was ready for it. And then I was like, oh, well, never mind.
Right. But okay, let's get into reviews. Beth, you go ahead and start first. What would you rank the movie on a scale from Halloween Resurrection?
Oh,
God,
no.
that fucking movie. To, in my opinion, 10 is still 78. Or in our opinion, we both agree on this. Like, the shittiest of the shit is Resurrection. The best of the best is still 78. So where would you put Halloween Kills?
Hmm. Okay, so I did like, or so the original is always going to be tops, right?
That's,
So that would be 10, right? And then I liked 2018 a lot.
that's
So
why
that
it's in our
one
second
is
spot.
one of my favorites, which was why it was there. So I'm gonna have to keep that at number 9. So I would rate this an 8 then. I would put it after 2018.
Awesome. That's a good rating. So doing it from Resurrection and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which are both fucking complete ass. So 78, it is definitely not like, I will we everybody will agree to this. 78 is what started this fucking franchise. 78 is what made the slasher movie what it is. So nothing, in my opinion, will be better than 78. Nothing. Unless they like were to completely remake 78 in the way that the flashback scenes were shot in Halloween Kills, that
Mm-hmm.
could possibly make 78 better. But other than that, like, 78 is always going to be the best. But, and this is like after watching it 6 times and debating it, this is why we waited a week to do this video. It's probably why, when you guys see it, it'll probably be a little after a week because our editor has to do his thing. Um, but after serious debating, because I love 2018, me and you agreed on this. Like, our top three of the franchise, 2018 is in the second slot. And I love 2018. I really fucking do. It renewed my love for Halloween because I haven't seen a good Halloween movie since. I'll consider H2O a good Halloween movie. H2O is good. And
I like H2O.
Zombie's first Halloween movie was good if you take away that fucking first like 30-40 minute backwood bullshit.
The Rob Zombies is only good if you pull it completely away from all of the movies and see it as a standalone on its own, though.
Yeah, but I put Halloween Kills. I give it a 9.5. I give it a 9.5. Like, it is right fucking there. It's not as good as 78, but it is fucking close. In my opinion, it is fucking close because it pays tribute to all the movies. We see that level of savagery that is just fucking mind blowing. And if if you're like me, you probably got a little boner during it. Just James Jude Courtney was phenomenal. The Mask was phenomenal. Everything was phenomenal. Michael wasn't dumb. He was fucking smart. Just the lighting, the everything, just everything about that movie, aside from like the two things that I mentioned that I didn't really like. I fucking like this movie is perfect. So if I was to put it in like a ranking system right now, it would be third for you. You said, right? It would be second.
Yeah, because I like 2018.
Yeah.
Like I still prefer 2018 over this one. Not saying that this one wasn't good. It was good, but I still like 2018.
Yeah, and like I love 2018 as well. Like 2018 is a really close three. Like those three movies are literally Human Centipede get right now because it's like here's the main one, and then Kills is attached to that butthole, and then 2018 is attached to that butthole, and they're all
that was the perfect way. That was the perfect way to describe it, and I am going to start using that from here on out because that was a perfect description. I knew exactly what you were saying right there.
I try, but there you go, guys. Let us know if you agree, if you disagree. My God, I am trying to keep this under 40 minutes. We're doing good so far. Yeah, just that's it. That's the video for now. I hope you guys liked everything. I hope you liked the energy and the movie. Again, if you haven't done seen, go fucking watch it. What's wrong with you? Do it. Do it now.
No.
I watched it 6 times. About to be 7. I set a record. Speaking of setting records, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but Michael did set a record in a slasher film for those kills. 30 kills in one movie is fucking unheard of. Jason hasn't done that. So, bravo to Michael Myers. Bravo to everybody. Great job. Jason's number 2. Later, guys. We'll see you next week. Peace and love. Don't be douches. 6 times!
What is up, boils and ghouls? It's Jeff. I know you thought the video was over, but right quick, I just wanted to touch up on something. Lately, there has been a thing going around saying that Michael Myers is homophobic due to him killing Little and Big John, which, as you all know by watching this video, we adore. I just wanted to say that Michael Myers is an equal opportunist killer and will kill fucking everybody. He doesn't care if you're a child, a man, a woman, black, white, Asian, gay, straight, bi, poly, etc. So, get that stupid shit out of here. Bye.